Well, what's up, culture makers? I'm Riley, and I'm here with my friend
Vince. How you guys doing? It's been a long time, but I'm good to be back.
Yeah, come on. Today on Culture Makers, we're going to be talking all about Tom Brady. He unretired. We'll get to that.
That's insane.
Scarlett Johansson has a beauty line now. Okay,
I need that.
And are you team wheels or team doors?
I'm sorry, what?
I know. We're going to talk about it. Okay, so kicking right off, update in Ukraine actually is a maternity hospital was bombed over the weekend, which is just really tragic to think about. Like that kind of stuff is going on currently. Mila Kunis, she talks about being Ukrainian amid the war and just talking about how part of her heart just got ripped out because she's just identifying with like her people and just feeling like, I mean, this is like part of who I am and it's just being attacked right now and I can't imagine like that feeling.
Yeah, I can't even, like, we're here recording, shooting, doing this now, and right now on the other side of the world there are people who are being attacked. Over 2.5 million people have had to leave their homes. We got to continue to pray for them.
Absolutely.
And pray this comes to an end quickly.
Right. I think that's some of the best things that we can do is we can pray because we believe that there's power in prayer.
We do.
And also we can just stay aware, like keep updated. That's why we talk about it here on Culture Makers, just staying aware of like what's happening in our world and just knowing, again, like how we can be praying and just keeping that on our hearts and minds as we continue throughout our life because I think it's important. Like those are our brothers and sisters in Ukraine and so we're praying for them. And our hearts are broken with you guys, if anybody out there is watching. Tom Brady, he unretires and will return to the Buccaneers for the 23rd NFL season.
That was the shortest retirement.
He was retired for like 2 months, wasn't it? There are memes like going around like on TikTok where they're talking about like Tom Brady was in his house just for 2 months and was like, all right, I'm going back to the NFL. But I did like reading his post on Instagram where he talked about how he has unfinished business. It sounds like it sounds like a promise, like, oh, we're coming back and we're coming back strong. So
he doesn't have enough Super Bowl rings.
Right.
Okay, Tom, I'm a fan of yours, so let's see what you do.
Tom, you're just one of the only names in football that I know, and so I'm rooting for you. I knew Peyton Manning, but he left, so now I got Tom Brady. That's all I got.
Okay, very good.
So next up, Kim K and Pete Davidson. They made their relationship Instagram official.
What? So they like posted a picture and said we're official? How did that work? What's the Instagram official relationship making in 2022? How do you want to do that?
I also saw a TikTok about this, and there's this thing called soft launching your boyfriend, and so there's like TikToks.
Like a restaurant?
Well, the soft launch is like you basically don't want to like post all about like this guy if it's not like it hasn't like happened officially yet, and so it's like kind of awkward if it like doesn't work out.
So
and then you're just,
are you in a relationship?
Well, I am.
Have you soft launched it?
Well, we've been dating for in like 8 months, so I would say it's pretty.
You haven't soft launched it yet?
Yes, we have, and
so
it's launched all the way. It's all the way launched. But
it is.
The soft
do you have another announcement that you want to make?
No. No, I'm not engaged. Don't go there. Yes, you were. Yes,
I didn't say. Was I going to say engaged?
So soft launching is like when you take a picture of them, but you don't like have their face like in it. So you're like out getting like ice cream, and it's like the ice cream cones and like them in the background.
Like all you can see is their shoulder?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
That's soft launching.
Who does that?
Anyways, continuing on in Pete Davidson's realm is he's going to space on Jeff Bezos' 4th human flight on March 23rd. Pete Davidson's going to space.
He's doing the most right now. And I got to be honest, I want to go to space.
I want to go to space.
Jeff Bezos, I know you watch on a regular basis.
Right, he's a big fan of Culture Makers specifically.
Yeah. But you want to go to space too?
Yeah. Oh,
Come
yeah.
on. Space. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, hear me out. Culture Makers, Space Edition.
What?
We film.
You think we get the whole crew up there?
Yes, I think that's really achievable. We're getting head nods and shakes. So.
All the people who help make this happen, half of them are like, yeah.
Yes,
and then half of them are like, no.
Well, we'll see. Okay, Scarlett Johansson, so she plays Black Widow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes,
we're big fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She has created her own beauty line. And like her statement was she wanted a seat at the table of the beauty line, I'm assuming.
What's the name of it?
It's called The Outset, which I like the name. I don't exactly
call like Black Widow or something like that.
No, that would be like really like cringy. I would definitely not be partaking in that.
So is it skincare or is it like makeup?
From what I'm seeing, it's skincare.
Is it high end, low end, or mid-age?
I'd say it's like mid to high. Like it's not like Gucci face wash. I don't know if they make that. But
do they make?
I don't know. But it's not like CeraVe face wash, you know?
Is that what you use? I don't know. What is that?
What is that? What's that supposed to mean? Do I look like I use CeraVe?
What? I don't.
I do use CeraVe. Okay. This is the question I've been dying to know from you.
Okay.
And so I want you guys to get ready. And I want you to put it in the comments, okay? Team wheels or team doors?
I don't know anything about this.
So it's going around right now. It's all the rage. All the kiddos are talking about it.
Okay. What's the argument?
The argument is, in this world, are there more wheels, like in totality? Are there more wheels,
okay,
or are there more doors? Now, before you make a decision, let's establish some things first. There's a lot going around on either side where some people think that some things count and some things don't. Like, they're like, okay, well, when you think of a wheel, you think of like a car like tire, like a wheel like that,
okay,
right?
That's a wheel.
But some people are bringing into question like gears, like do those count as wheels? And
well,
I think that
gears.
I'm just giving you all the information. And then doors.
Well, don't you need a standard set of definitions to actually define whether or not?
Well, sure, but this is obviously doors, like to your bedroom, you have a door.
Yes.
But do you count like the lids on coffins doors? Or do only the lids on coffins that have
Aren't those
hinges?
lids?
Right. Are they lids? But what if they have hinges? Is that a door?
Lids or doors? So what team are you on? Team doors, team wheels?
I am strongly and proudly on team wheels. I think that there's just has to be more wheels than doors. But they also say that doors were invented before wheels. So
I'm not going to take too much thought on this. I'm just going to say,
gut reaction.
To this room, there is one door.
Wrong.
But instantly I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 wheels.
15, 17, 18, 19. 19 wheels.
19 wheels that I can see.
I mean, and then for the sake of the argument on team doors, if you're team doors and you're watching this and you're like...
18 wheelers?
There is also microwaves. Some people are counting as doors. I don't know if that counts.
What, microwaves?
Fridge doors.
Oh, but fridges have wheels on them. You know that?
Do they?
Yeah, so you can slide them back.
Oh,
They'll have like 4 wheels on them.
See? Okay, team wheels. That's all I'm saying.
Team wheels.
This out. Culture makers. We're talking about the important topics here. Team wheels or team doors.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to students' questions.
Okay.
This is
my favorite part.
Yes, my favorite part too is where we get to answer some of your questions. So if you have questions, leave them down in the comments. We'd love to answer them. So first question is this. Betsy's asking, what happens in the event of an unwanted sexual encounter?
Wow, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
So this is what I'd say. If you ever find your spot or self in a place where something has happened to you that you do not want to happen to you, you need to make those who are your guardians, your parents, your grandparents first aware of this. Mm-hmm. And then you need to take the appropriate measures towards letting people and the proper authorities know about that.
Absolutely.
I also believe there's some healing that needs to take place inside of that.
Yeah.
And so talking to, again, your guardians, your parents, the appropriate people, grandparents in your life about getting some healing and taking some next steps in counseling, but also listening to what, again, your parents and guardians have to say about what are the appropriate next things to do. There's also some legal stuff, so I'd also seek legal advice. We are not legal counselors and don't claim to be. But we do care about you as a person. Mm-hmm. And so if you've ever found yourself in this place, know that we are praying for you. Yeah. And we know that we believe that God can do a work inside of you and continue to move and be active in your life. And we are sorry that something like this has happened to you, but again, we say reach out, let someone know, don't hold this in and let it eat at you and take you out, but really let people know, and then contact the proper legal authorities, seek help, get counseling, and get some people in your life. Do not go down this road alone. Something I would want to say, like specifically to anybody who's struggled with this, is sometimes that there's shame involved of like you feel for some reason like it was your fault, and so that can prevent you from like contacting the right people and reaching out. And if you're watching this and you're identifying with that, I just want you to know it wasn't, and that it is like you should go and have those conversations, and that on the other side of that is going to be healing and love and trust. And so I just
that's my biggest prayer for if anybody's out there struggling with something like this, is that you would know that this isn't your fault and that this is something that you should seek help for, and just reach out to the proper people. And we're here for you as always. And I'm glad that you felt comfortable enough to be vulnerable about it. We've got a question from Aaliyah. Well, she recently heard of fasting, and she wants us to describe what it is and any tips for beginners in the fasting world.
Yeah, so fasting in its simplest form is simply this. It's giving up something to spend more time with God. It's a discipline that many would do when you read through your Bible. And so there are different types of fasts, right? So at the most basic, probably the most popular fast is a food fast. What I would recommend is something simple. Some people fast music.
Social media,
TV type media, like TV,
Netflix,
YouTube type
YouTube,
media, Netflix. Some people fast specific food things like sugars or candies or soda pop, right? And so the period of time that you fast could be anywhere from, let's say, a day to beyond. The Bible even talks about how Jesus fasted for 40 days.
Yeah.
There's like a 21-day Daniel fast.
Yeah.
Know that if you're going to do any type of food fast, you should definitely consult with your parents, let people know, talk to health and physicians and things like that. And the idea is that during that time, it's not about not doing the thing, but taking the time when you would be doing that thing to spend that with God. So like, for instance, if you choose to fast, not eating a Snickers every day at 3 o'clock like you normally do, maybe when you get out of school, maybe your thing is, I'm going to specifically read my Bible during that 5 minutes or 10 minutes it took to eat that Snickers. Maybe I'm going to pray during that time. There are lots of different reasons that people fast. Sometimes in the Bible they fasted because something tragic happened. And it was like, someone's loss of life, or our town's being attacked, or they were fasting because they were praying for something. But the idea is simply this. It's like, God, we want more of you, and I'm willing to give stuff up for you. And that's the simplest heart behind it.
I love that. So fasting was actually one of the later things I learned about in my walk with Jesus. It was just a couple of years ago that I figured out what fasting was and why people do it. And I think what's important to know if you feel called to fast is that's not about the religious aspect of it. It's not about feeling like you have to give up something in order to please God or anything like that. It's exactly like you said, of noticing if there's something in your life that's taking your attention away from God. Social media is a huge one. I know a lot of people that do social media fast. I've done a social media fast, and I think that's really wise because we spend so much time on social media. It's this idea of replacing that with time with God. And so I've deleted Instagram before and then put the Bible app where the Instagram was on my phone. So that way whenever you by habit click on that same area on my phone screen, it would actually pull up the Bible. And so those are always just fun ways. The idea is that we're connecting more with God. And so it's not about withholding things from ourselves as much as it is paying attention to God and keeping our eyes fixed on Him. And so the best things to fast, if you're feeling called to fast, are things that you find yourself doing more than you are spending time with Jesus. That's all for Culture Makers. Again, if you have questions, leave them down below. We'd love to answer them next week. And as always, stay true, stay you. And let's be in culture, but not of culture. That's our new slogan.
Stay true, stay you.
See you next week.
See you guys.